What's up, guys? Super Effective 87 here. Today I'm going to bring you a post-rated UU Showdown battle that I had a while ago. I really like UU as of late. I really like the Pokemon in it, and it's pretty balanced here right now. I like it. I just like it. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I know I promised to after April 22nd, but I'm back now. It wasn't like I wasn't playing Pokemon, but I was still busy with other schoolwork, and whenever I upload, I like to have a new team to show, so it doesn't get boring, you know. Like when I watch people like Joey, I like it every time they showcase a new team. So I try and mimic that because that's what I like to watch. So here I come back with another tier. I don't think I've uploaded UU yet. If I have, I apologize because I just told you something false. But yeah, I am Purple Bear in this game. I'm on the correct side, the one from your perspective, I guess. I got this really cool team that I built with Yanmega. Yanmega is not very good right now, but because Florges is so used, and it's kind of like you kind of want to run Bug Buzz, Air Slash, Giga Drain, and Ancient Power and Protect, and you really can't run all those, so it kind of like has some 4 move slot syndrome that way. And it's just not that great of a Pokemon. It's still B+ on the viability ranking thread. It's still good. Like, it still has its uses. And in this game, I'm gonna try and sweep with it. But as you can see, he has a Florges, which is one of the biggest roadblocks to Yanmega because it resists everything, or it resists Bug Buzz Stab, and Florges is just a special defensive monster. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to weaken that, and my plan is to do that by using this Entei that I paired it up with, which will allow me to switch in on Fairy type moves and hopefully fire off a Sacred Fire and get a burn. Unfortunately though, he has a Chandelier here, so it's gonna make that plan a little bit hard to achieve. Thankfully though, I do have a Porygon and a Hydreigon as checks to it, so let's just get right on into this battle. So I'm gonna lead with Hydreigon because it's a really big threat to his team, and I figured he would want to leave with Swampert just to get his Stealth Rocks up because he saw that I have an Entei and a Yanmega. So I'm gonna be able to go for a taunt and catch that Swampert. Here I'm just gonna go for a Dark Pulse, just a really safe play. I was pretty sure he was gonna switch into his Florges, but if he wanted to stay in and just scald me trying to get a burn on my Hydreigon, then I would have been punished if I went into, say, Entei, predicting the Florges. So yeah, Dark Pulse comes out. I'm going to switch into my Entei now because it's a really safe play. Oh, sorry, I go for my Nidoqueen. Yeah, now I remember. I'm going to go my Nidoqueen because it's going to let me scare this thing out with Sludge Wave, and I can also set up Stealth Rocks if I want to predict him. But he pulls a double when I do, and he is going to go into his Swampert. I'm just going to go for an Earth Power because if I get this thing weakened, then my Yanmega will be able to sweep because I do not have Giga Drain. I have Ancient Power, which lets me hit things like Aerodactyls and Crobats. He goes for the Scald, which is cool because he doesn't get up Stealth Rocks, but it's kind of bad because he burns me. And Nidoqueen is actually a pretty big problem for his team, except for this Umbreon. And it also is another switch into Florges. I'm going to predict his switch out, and I'm going to go for a Stealth Rocks. I do get that prediction correct as he goes into his Umbreon. Here, I believe I go into my Porygon too, just so I can come in and maybe get a Toxic off, and it was just a safe play, I guess. I would be able to trace his Synchronize, so if he went for a Toxic on me, he would Toxic himself. So yeah, that was kind of my game plan here. I'm going to go to my Hydreigon here because I saw that he went for Wish, so I didn't want him to pass it out to his Swampert and then get up Stealth Rock, so I went into Hydreigon so I could taunt that. But he went for Baton Pass so he could see that I did go into my Hydreigon, and he goes into Florges in response. Bad for me, because it completely walls me, so here I'm going to go into my Nidoqueen. If he goes for Wish, trying to do another pass, it's kind of weird that he's 2 Wish Passers, but yeah, he goes for a Moonblast and knocks me out instead. That's fine, though. I get to bring in my Entei. Now here, I knew that he was going to go in a Chandelier, but the thing is, as long as Chandelier takes rocks, then I'm perfectly fine with going for a Sacred Fire and making the safe play. There's really no reason to predict this Chandelier when I have Porygon 2 as a hard counter to it because it traces Flash Fire and it's immune to Shadow Ball, and I also have a Hydreigon that can also check it. So there's really no point in predicting the Chandelier, so that's why I went for Sacred Fire. Here I'm going to go into my Hydreigon because the Porygon 2 is the most obvious switch, so if you wanted to trick me, then my Hydreigon can take his Scarf or his Specs or whatever. He can go for Fire Blast. Now here, it's kind of stupid what I do. He gets a burn, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't matter. This is kind of stupid because I remember when I had a Specs Chandelure that I thought that Fire Blast did that much normally, so I thought he was Specs. But he's actually Scarf, and that threw me off, and I'm just going to go for a Roost here, because I thought he would be Specs, and then I'd be faster, and I could Roost, maybe hoping for a miss. Maybe he would switch out and go with his Florges, because, yeah, maybe he would go into his Florges, but he actually stays in, goes for a Fire Blast, and misses. So, that kind of stinks, although he did get the burn on me, but it doesn't really balance it out, because if he Fire Blasted and it hit, then my Hydreigon would have been dead, but at least he did get that burn as like a sort of consolation prize. Here he's going to go into his Umbreon because it completely walls me. I'm just going to go for another Roost because I can now. And his Chandelure would be scared out, and he probably wouldn't want to try and risk another Fire Blast. Maybe he was also predicting my Porygon too. I'm just going to go straight for a Taunt because this thing, the worst it can do is Foul Play me, but I am burned now, so my attack is halved, which means if he Foul Plays me, I resist Foul Play, and my attack isn't very good, so it's not going to do that much damage, so I had no problem going for a Taunt. He's going to withdraw and go into his Florges because he really can't do anything to my Umbreon. I think I just go for a Dark Pulse here because I could stay into that Umbreon and just hit it for Dark Pulses all day if I wanted to until I figured out what my game plan was going to be to handle that. He goes into his Florges, like I said, and I'm going to switch out. My Hydreigon is at half health now, which kind of stinks because I don't really have it as a check to Chandelure now. He's going to go for a Moonblast as I go into my Entei, and now I'm in a good spot, and once again, I'm just going to go straight for a Sacred Fire. I didn't really feel like there was a reason for me to predict, because he's still taking Rocks damage, and I could predict him, but then he would get Rocks up on Swampert, and that would just be bad for me, because then I would have to waste a turn spinning, and he could bring in Chandelure, and it would just be, I just didn't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to go for a safe Sacred Fire. Here I'm going to go to my Porygon 2, and he's going to go for Energy Ball, actually, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure why he did that, because, well, maybe he was predicting my Blastoise, but when I have a Porygon 2, I'm not going to go into Blastoise. Well, if he was predicting Porygon 2, then I guess that was his best option to hit me, because I'm immune to his dual stabs, but he could have tricked me, I guess. Here he's going to bring in his Umbreon, and I'm going to go into my Entei. Just see, when I see that Energy Ball, I want to go to my Entei so I can get a free switch in. I'm going to go for Flare Blitz here, and I am going to get a crit. Now, this only mattered if he went for the Foul Play, but we'll never know what he went for. If he went for Wish, that was fine. Maybe he wouldn't go for Heal Bow, because I don't think anything's status. But if he went for Foul Play, my Entei would have died, so that does kind of suck in that regard. But if he went for Wish, that would be fine, because he was probably just going to go and heal his Chandelure, and my game plan for that would be to predict that and go into my Blastoise. I think that's what I would have done. Catching up to my narration here, I'm going to go into my Hydreigon to take a Fire Blast, and I'm going to go my Porygon 2 now that I know he's locked into Fire Blast. It's cool for me because now I have Death Fodder in the form of Hydreigon, and his Chandelure is almost dead. And here he's going to bring in his Crobat on my Porygon 2, and I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Blastoise so I can fire off some very, very powerful moves, maybe start weakening up that Florges, which is one of the biggest walls for my Yanmega to get past. Here he's going to trade his Crobat's life for a Defog. I don't really think that was worth it, because he doesn't know that my Yanmega carries Ancient Power, so if for some reason his Florges gets critted, then he just loses to my Yanmega because he doesn't have Crobat anymore. But he didn't know I had Ancient Power, so yeah, I don't think I would have done that, because he just traded his life. Maybe he expected like Scald, and maybe that doesn't kill. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go my Hydreigon here as he goes into his Florges, and he sets up a Calm Mind, which is actually pretty scary, because I could potentially lose this, since I don't really have anything to hit it. I guess I could Toxic it with Porygon 2, but I'm pretty sure they carry Aromatherapy. Here I'm going to go to my Entei, I'm going to go for a Sacred Fire. I do get the burn, which is, I mean, it's a coin flip, so nobody was really lucky there. I guess I was lucky because I got it, but it is a 50% chance. He's going to go for Moonblast, almost taking out my Entei, and this is perfect. He let me get the Sacred Fire damage on his Florges, which is kind of a really huge misplay, but he probably thought he was +1, he didn't want to waste it, and he could knock out my Entei. I don't know, but I really think he should have stayed in, or switched out into his Chandelure, which he chooses to do now. And now that his Florges is weakened, I have no reason to keep this Entei. All I need is for this Entei to die, then I go into my Yanmega, I protect once, and then I can just sweep the rest of his team. So that's what I'm going to try and do. But he predicted my Porygon 2 to come in, and he's just going to spam Trick. So here I'm going to go to my Blastoise, and for some reason he's able to switch up his moves, even though he's gotten a choice item for like the past whatever. So I don't know how that works, but he's going to go for a Shadow Ball, get a Special Defense Fall, and then he goes for another one, and he gets another Special Defense Fall, and I'm going to go for Rapid Spin, because once again, what I didn't want happening was him going to, me killing his Chandelure, and then he goes into Florges, and he goes for like a Synthesis or something. I didn't want that to happen, because then I lose. So Rapid Spin was my safest play, because I thought he was just going to kill me with a Shadow Ball, and if he goes into Florges and I Rapid Spin, I was pretty sure that Rapid Spin plus burn damage would have been able to kill off his Florges. If it didn't, maybe I would speed it. That was something I was willing to risk. So yeah, now that I get a free switch in my Yanmega and his Florges is weakened, I'm just gonna go for Protect, go for the Ancient Power. Unfortunately, I don't get the boost, although it wouldn't matter. It would just be funny to see me get the boost, I guess. I'm gonna knock out his Chandelure, and he's gonna bring in his Florges. Thankfully, I do not miss the Air Slash, and that Florges is gonna go down. Next, he brings in his Swampert. I'm going to go for Bug Buzz and destroy that. And Yanmega is going to finish up the game with one more Bug Buzz onto this Sceptile, which I presume is Mega Sceptile. Yes, it is. I can't remember if he Mega Evolved. But yeah, that'll be the game. It's pretty exciting to play. I really had to work around that Umbreon. I'm sorry I crit him. I don't know if he went for Wish or Foul Play. The game probably would have changed if I didn't crit him. But yeah, a little bit of hacks on both sides, I guess, with him burning my Hydreigon, and he did miss the Fire Blast. But yeah, that'll be the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back with more content in a little bit. I'm really enjoying UU right now, so I hope you guys are excited for more UU battles. And yeah, I think I have nothing else to say, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, whatever. I'll see you guys later. Bye.